Have you ever seen one of these? It's a bug zapper. It's not as common in Canada as it could be, but you will see a lot of these in places like India and China and the US, especially the southern US, and of the hotter parts of Europe. But what if you're not in a hot part of the world? Well, in my opinion, it's just about as important as an air filter. And I'm going to talk about both and cleanliness in this video in a minute. This is Robert from DSP Plug. Funny you're looking at this fairly expensive Honeywell with a permanent filter. It's not a bad unit. It does a good job. It gets rid of a bit of stink. The filter behind it, I have mixed reviews about. It's the Ionic Pro Platinum. Not quite as good as I would like. It's got a permanent filter. I'm not very impressed with it, to be honest. Furthermore, I use these devices called Pest Reject. They're not so bad. Maybe they do a good job. I've got 4 of the Pest Rejects, and over there is a Tickless Home. Now, the Tickless Home prevents bed bugs. I would recommend that you have 4 of them in a bachelorette so as to prevent issues. Now, this air filter over here, I have 3 air filters in all. This air filter is the best in the business for getting rid of cat hair. It's membrane solutions. The only issue is I didn't like the environmental footprint of this filter here. So I shut it down. It's very, very low wattage. And frankly, I'm going to take the filter medium out of the inside and put a carbon filter, not a carbon, sorry, like that poly foam filter inside to fit. And I'll make a video about that. This thing here can pull a pound of cat hair out of your apartment in about a week. Let me tell you, there's no kidding. This device has one of the most powerful, most resilient fans I've ever seen. And if there were a device that you could run for 40 years, this would be it. When you think about cleanliness, you think about all of the things that you have and how to avoid things like bugs. Don't forget about cedar balls near your shoes. Some people like mothballs too. I use mothball packets. Having those near your shoes is very handy. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with putting cedar strips under your mattress. Some people do that. I think that's an important thing as well. And try to avoid light pollution. I like to also make sure there's fresh air. I use window fans. Make sure window fans that they shut off twice a day for 15 minutes in warmer climates. When it's cold, make sure they shut down for 5 minutes twice or 4 times a day, so to avoid mechanical failure, so that they can work out all their bugs. Every machine needs some downtime, and the same can be said for your filters. It's nice when filters just operate when they're plugged in, but not all do, and that's why analog switches are so nice. This is Robert from DSP Plug, talking about living healthy. Bye-bye.